And now I would like to introduce our keynote speaker for today. Timothy Joseph Donner, known to one and all as TJ, is a graduate of the Davis Center, class of 2017. He was the featured speaker at his class graduation, which unexpectedly propelled him into public speaking. In the past year, TJ has given speeches at 4 schools in Fairfax County. TJ is known for his honesty, kindness, and infectious joy, and he defies the stereotype of people with autism being antisocial. It is my privilege and honor to introduce our keynote speaker for 2019, Mr. TJ Donner.
Each of you here sitting today has come a long way. Congratulations to the students and to the parents here for persevering. While this feels like an end, it is really a beginning, and I want to inspire you to think all about the possibilities the future might hold for you. I can tell you from personal experience that no school system could better prepare your child for the future than Fairfax County. I am living proof of that. Just quickly a little of my background and then on to the most important subject of the day, what lies ahead of you. And I attended Langley High School for 2.5 years, really enjoyed it, and the teachers there prepared me well for the next steps, which were actually a surprise to me. My favorite teachers at Langley High School each had a different impact on me. Miss Debbie Whalen encouraged me and told me I could do well in math. Miss Lana Moraviak helped me absorb world history by being patient with me and not getting upset or frustrated. Mrs. Jeannie Power taught me how to be organized in her basic skills class. Mrs. Margot Wingo and Mr. Jamie Parrott in active physics had made the information visual so I could understand it better. Mrs. Susan Shiflett in personal fitness and Mr. Josh Culver in gym class helped me fit in with the other kids and got me started on weightlifting. In fact, I won several awards for weight training at Coco Fit Club. But sometimes, like all kids, I ran into problems. The teachers I had the most difficulty with were short-tempered and seemed to get angry when I didn't understand. This made me feel uncomfortable and frightened. Then I couldn't do anything. When this happened, I would go and talk to some of the people I mentioned, and they would help me. They were extremely friendly, helpful, humorous, treated me well, and urged me to speak to one of them in case anything bothered me or went wrong during the school day. From the special education department, Mrs. Kim Hyday, Miss Rhonda Weiner, and Miss Merrill Simon were my strongest advocates. They recommended my transition from Langley to Davis Career Center. Honestly, I really didn't want to go there at first because I made lots of friends at Langley and felt that it was too early and too soon for me. But I soon found out that the Davis Career Center would be a turning point for me and would change my life. I got used to the Davis Center and spent 5.5 years there. Miss Debbie Driscoll was my teacher at Davis. She did an amazing job for 4 years helping me grow, be more responsible, learn how to become a good employee, be independent, be on time. We're still working on that one. And most of all, guiding my life in the right direction. I will always be grateful for everything she taught me. We are still friends today, see each other, and keep in touch. She is a very special person who I love and trust. The things that Miss Driscoll taught me about being a good employee, a good person, and a good friend have made my transition from Davis to real life very manageable. One of the most important things she taught me was how to relate to adults in the workplace and use my social skills to my advantage now and in the future. Now it may sound like I'm a pretty capable guy, but let me tell you a little story. When I first came to Davis, Miss Driscoll asked me to bring a pencil to class 13 times. Finally, she called my mom and said, "We've got a lot of work to do. TJ is forgetful, disorganized, and unfocused." I guess I was kind of a mess. My mom agreed with Miss Driscoll and said, "Let's go to work." And so both at home and at school, they slowly got me to make more of myself. I had to learn to be more responsible, and this gave me great confidence. Also, through job experiences at 3 different businesses, Vie de France, Burlington, and Northern Virginia Community College, I learned new things. At Vie de France, I learned how to deal with difficult people. I'm still working on that one too. At Burlington, I learned how to organize things, and that helped me at home. At NVCC, I had a lot more independence, but it was scary at times. I had to be willing to step out of my comfort zone. Those jobs really helped prepare me to be in the real world. Now I want to spend a minute discussing problem solving and self-advocacy, which are both very important. Just a quick story. Our Special Blessings church class went bowling. One girl, Audrey, has cerebral palsy and bowls from her wheelchair. When my mom was with her, she let Audrey wheel to get the ball, choose the ball she wanted, and then wheel herself into the lane. But when Audrey's dad came, he wheeled Audrey to the line, locked her wheels, and ran and got her all the balls. Which way do you think helped Audrey the most? The way my mom did it gave Audrey a chance to choose, to decide, to be independent, and that's what your kids, and all kids, want most. For most of us with special needs, it's not that we can't do something. It's that sometimes it takes a little longer for us to learn. But we can't learn anything if everybody keeps doing stuff for us. In terms of self-advocacy, we need to learn how to best stand up for ourselves in case anything like plans or situations don't work out. One way to deal with the problem is for the student to keep their negative emotions on the inside and politely talk to another person or mentor around them on how they feel without whining or complaining. If you give in to your child's complaints, you are not helping them in the real world. In terms of problem solving, it is really important for those of us with disabilities to know how to fix a situation when something goes wrong without always having to go to or ask any parent, teacher, or mentor to fix it for us. Again, the only way they can self-advocate is for you to stop always advocating for them. In other words, try to give your kids some space and let them make a mistake or two. Mistakes are really just chances for us to learn. My life now reflects the skills I learned in the Fairfax County school system. I drive, have a good job, and an active social life. I do my own laundry. Sometimes I cook my own food. And I feel comfortable with the world and the people around me instead of being anxious. What I learned in the Fairfax County Public Schools through some amazing teachers was to step out of my comfort zone and take a risk in order to keep learning and achieving. I learned to keep that fire burning in my belly. And because I've done that, I've been surprised at how capable I really am. I want these things for your children, and I'm sure you do too, so you may be surprised to hear me say something. Sometimes less is more. Give your kids some space, let them fail a time or two, trust that they can do more than you think, and you just might be surprised at how capable they really are. Thank you, and God bless you.